Hey guys, welcome back. So as mentioned in my previous video for Nexigo Aurora Pro, I've set up the projector and now I'm gonna do some custom color setting out of the box. As you can see, just play some SDR content. So this is in out of the box colors. Uh, they're pretty nice. I don't know if my camera is picking up correctly, uh, but they look great. This is on Cinema Home, Cinema Pro, and custom, as you can see. Out of the box, the color is a little warm on Cinema Home and Cinema Pro. Custom looks a little more blue, much more cooler. So what I'm gonna do is dial in some of the settings that have been provided by a user called DGTR74 on AVS forum. He has been testing out this project and making updates and providing for the community all the his settings, and they have been amazing. So I'm going to use his custom setting for the SDR content. So one thing to note is that to make any changes for like Dolby Vision, SDR, 3D, or HDR, you have to be playing that content for it to make those changes. Like for example, if I'm playing HDR, it will show me custom HDR there. But right now it's showing custom only, which means basically it's just an SDR content. So I'm gonna go by his settings. I'm gonna post a link on the bottom as well of where these settings are. So his recommendation is to go with laser light bright for 3D and standard for SDR. So that's that. 11-point config changes. I'm not gonna do anything. That's gonna just leave it on. Basically, that's the new firmware that basically provided that update. So I'm gonna just leave it on. I'm gonna change any of that. Dynamic blacks. I'm gonna change it to 1, which basically makes it a little more darker, or actually enhances some contrast. So I'll just keep it at 1. Let's see. A0 version is correct. We're gonna go to our main parameter setting, go to custom. So we're gonna keep based on the I'm just reading the these settings as well, so let's bear with me. Let's see. Let's gonna make this change. Advanced management. We're gonna go there. 7. So as you can see, basically you come in and make these changes for each of the colors. So they're tint and hue, and you can see the changes that are happening on the screen as well. So don't worry about the settings that I'm changing right now. You don't have to follow along. You just it will be linked. I will link the correct setting, or actually the thread, so you can keep updating as new settings come out. But for now, it seems like he has these as the final settings for now, until any new OTA firmware comes out, and if there's any changes based on that, we might have to make. But for now, I believe, as per last comment from him, these are pretty stable settings, and he has tested it on multiple videos and movies as well. Lastly, our yellow point. As you can see, compared to what we were before, the images just has much more pop. The greens are much better. It's no longer the cool image that we had originally. Here, especially if you see this example, and previously it was a lot cooler. So if you compare it with, let's say, Cinema Pro, there's a strange yellow tint on it. It's much more color. Same thing with Cinema Home, which is out of the box. And now if you switch to custom, so custom is much brighter as well, and doesn't have that strange yellow cast on it. So ETUF, I'm gonna keep that as high. DNR, I keep that. That's just a preference. I keep it as low. So that's our custom setting for SDR. See? So let's play something different. As you can see here, colors are amazing. So let's just play. Even though say the HDR, but I don't know if it's really playing HDR content. It's just SDR content from what I can see here. And you can see blacks are amazing, colors really pop, whites are nice, and same with yellows and golden colors you can see here. I don't know if my camera is picking up correctly, but colors look amazing right now. And as you can see, everything is completely black as well on the side, so it has a really good black floor as well. Alright, so now we're gonna move to Dolby Vision setting. Switch over. So to set up Dolby Vision, I have few videos that I've downloaded. There's a website where you can download these samples. I will link into the in the video below, which you can utilize, so that way you're always looking at the correct content. As you can see, the Dolby Vision popped up on the left side, shows that it's playing right now Dolby content. So if you go back, click on our button right here, image parameters. As you can see now, we have image parameters that says Dolby Vision Bright. These are out of the box setting. Dolby Vision Dark, Dolby Vision Vivid. Vivid has game mode, and that's the reason why you'll see this is the low latency mode, and that's why it basically takes a while for it to switch. But we want to go down to custom. So the way custom works is right now we're on bright and dark. So any change that you make on the parameter, it will basically switch to actually no, sorry, I take that back. Not in Dolby. Dolby basically stays the same as basically on SDR, which basically does that. So I'm gonna start with the dark setting, and I'm gonna update that based on the parameters provided. So it's gonna keep all that 50, sharper go to 7. And so my personal preference is this food one. So it's basically Dolby Vision as well as Dolby Atmos. So I'm gonna pause the video right here. Should make that some color. So I'm gonna make my changes here. Let's go down to saturating. It's 52, sharpen same. We'll take to 7. So it's recommended. So based on whether you're watching in day or night, there are two set color temperature setting as you recommend. Custom for day and cool for nights, and I'm in a controlled environment. I'm gonna keep it at cool, so that way I don't have to make any changes to that. Gamma is recommended. Let's see what is recommended for gamma here. Gamma for nighttime is 2.2, so I'm gonna keep that. EOTF gonna be high, and then we go into our custom gain. Actually, I'm not going to custom, I'm just going to advance here. So 10, 2, 50. So as you can see that when I'm making these changes, you can see it on the screen as well, how it reacts. So all these settings is basically making sure that the colors that are out of the box are much more natural or give you much better, because there's always out of the box, whatever the factor settings are, they are not optimized. So these colors basically are here to solve that, or at least give you colors. So this is cool. You can do 65, or you can do custom, where basically you can change all the gain settings as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it as cool. UTF is high, and everything else, I think we're good on dark. Go to vivid again. So due to game mode, it's going to do that. So I'm going to go back to make changes on right. So if you see dark, not a whole lot of difference, but colors, at least I don't know if the subtlety is being picked by the camera, but bright is a little brighter, but not a whole lot of difference. Even if I check the settings here for bright, what he has provided, you probably won't see much difference, but it depends on where you're using this is in a bright environment or in a color controlled environment or light controlled environment, sorry. So I'm going to keep everything as cool. And then advanced current management, I'm going to go and make that change here. If you notice, some of these color settings are almost identical for, or actually they are identical to what we have for bright and dark. Okay, so what just happened is, as you can see, it changed because the screen turned off. So instead of DV, it went to SDR, and that's why it flipped over. Because you have to be in the correct mode for you to make changes. Everything remains the same. EOTF gonna be high. I'll just keep it as low. That's what I prefer. Just everybody's preference. So one thing that should be dynamic black should be part of each setting, but in here it's just universal. So let's keep it at 1. So let's just play the rest of the video and see. You can see colors are much more natural and while still having a nice pop to them. Alright, so this is the dB setting, and I think that's about it. I'm going to make the rest of the settings, but at least you understand where to go and how to set these up, because this video is already 16 minutes long. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, concerns regarding setting it up, or anything related to the projector. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.